I'm like, ugh, why's my hair looking all funky?
Yeah, I was just
Sorry,
messing with
I
my
didn't
hair
have,
like
I didn't have,
5 ago.
I didn't have my original makeup lady work.
My makeup lady just quit. And look, blood ugly today.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Too much, nothing too much. Now,
Beginning, we usually talk about what we've been fishing lately. Have you fished lately?
You know what? I've been getting out a little bit. This last
We got-
Sunday, there was a swimbait competition out in Balboa. It was pretty tough, but yeah, one of the buddies and a local guy won it. His name is Matt, and yeah. But other than that, I've just been hitting Castaic, doing a lot of Castaic trips. Striper's been biting up there like crazy, and just chasing some bass, trying to stick a good one. Real quick shout outs to my boy Spotty Shinobi,
that's
Boondock Bank in the house.
the amount of people that had asked me about striper in like the last week, bananas. So I'm glad you all steered them towards Castaic right now.
Hold on, I wanna take the time to say hello to John because he took a late lunch just to be here, man.
Yeah, he
Yes,
did.
sir. How's it going, John?
John, we appreciate you.
Thank
Rich,
John.
we appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys, man, for everything you guys do. Thank you, man. I'm an avid listener to the show as well. I always pop in whenever
thank you.
I got time. But yeah, it's cool to be on. So you're saying striper? Did you say? Yeah. We're talking about Castaic and some striper up at Castaic. It seems like the fishing is going to start trending up again. It's getting pretty hot up here now. The last few days we've had some sun. It's been pretty muggy. Kind of reminds me of like Seattle weather, but for the most part, the last couple of days has been pretty hot. So I think the bites are about to pick up.
So let's ask you this. I'm sorry, go ahead, Daniel.
What's interesting is I caught a spotty Monday, and this has been the first spotty that I caught that was actually cold. Since winter, I was like, man, this guy's really cold to the touch right now. I've been fishing the back bays, pulling out spotties and all that stuff. They're warm. Their metabolism's up. They're feeding. The water's just different. And then I caught this one and I was like, man, like, why are you cold out of the rest of them? Then I was wondering like, I wonder if that's why the bite's a little bit slower right now and all that stuff. It's just because there's a cold front or something.
Yeah. No, definitely the weather's got something to do with it. I'm not no fish guru, but I think usually when the sun comes out, it's a little bit easier to catch them up here. But it's gonna be crazy. We're heading out to the Delta this week, so striper bite should be good as well.
So
you're going to toxic? Yes, sir.
we're going to get to that soon enough. But if you're going after stripers, what are you using to target them?
You know what? I like to use the A-rig. The old A-rig is always my go-to. Either that or Castaic on a ball head and just letting it sink all the way to the bottom and just jigging it off the floor.
So you're not using any of the big plugs?
You know what? I mean, I have a couple. I have some black dog baits that I usually use to walk on top, and usually I'll use those. But I've never been to the Delta. This is my first time going to the Delta, so I'm going to go with what I know, what I'm comfortable with. And if I see them up on top, then definitely I'll start throwing some topwater baits. But I'm just going to go stick to my gun, what I already know, and see what happens from there. Make changes as we go along.
So here's the real question. How many A-rigs do you bring?
You know what? I have about 3 different ones, right? 3 different brands. I like the Bailey's A-rig a lot. I've been using that one for quite a while. I also have, I think it's like a Yamoto or Yum like A-rig.
A Yum,
smaller one.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Yum A-rigs I use. Those are easier.
What is that? The Yum Junior?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they have
smaller one.
the young Flash Mob Junior, and then they have some that don't have any blades on them, which it might just be the Mob.
Yeah.
But I could be mistaken.
Yeah, and usually I throw those at the local lakes just because if those get stuck, I'd rather lose $10 than 20, $25. I'll usually pick up a couple of those and just attach some Castaic heads, like 2.5s at the local park lakes. And then if I'm going somewhere bigger, I'll step it up and throw something bigger on that.
Now, for the clarification for everybody that's listening, be careful when going from saltwater to freshwater, because freshwater, they actually do police the fact that you're allowed 3 hooks. And again, this is for California. So freshwater, they're going to police 3 hooks per A-rig. Saltwater, you can get away with 5. I heard they're cracking down on it this year, but I haven't heard anything about it.
It's still legal. It's legal to use 5 in salt out here. It is legal.
No, for salt. But what about for fish?
It's not. But so they can crack it down on it, but it's still legal. But
That's just what I heard. So I wanted to throw that out there as a PSA.
I'm using 3 in both.
That's what I'm saying, Luke. You're already using 3, so you're like,
Yeah, Luke.
hey, you're like, it don't matter for me. I'm not throwing 5.
Hey, look, I'm gonna throw 3 regardless. I mean,
Right.
I'm used to throwing 3, so
I'm throwing 5.
I had 5, and no, Mark from Performance Tackle showed me how he likes to rig up the A-rig. It was a different way than I was doing it, and I really like it. And I think me and Charlie are going to film a video this weekend, how to set up an A-rig for the price of a jerkbait.
It goes hand in hand with basically what we're talking about right now, because Luke, Charlie, and I have really been trying to focus in on the striper bite and really being able to consistent in it. And right now it's jerk baits and A-rigs. If you can get those, then you can most likely hook into the striper.
If you find them.
yeah. The kid is finding them right now. That's what it is. Right?
Hey, if you're not fishing, you're not finding them.
The first day me and Charlie found them, we threw the kitchen sink at them before we started to. It was like 2 hours, and it was like, oh, I'd see 1 or 2. They were going nuts. And
Dude, they were busting.
We were throwing the kitchen sink at them before we finally figured it out.
And then I was like, Luke, you know what? I feel like we should be not going low. We should be on top because they're busting, right? So they're eating on top.
And then I went.
So Luke's, I got some jerk baits. I was like, Luke's like, I got some jerk baits. And I'm like, let's tie them on. I'll let you borrow one. So I don't have jerk baits in my box. I do now. But tied one on. First cast, I caught you spotty, right? A nice 2.5, almost, like 2.5, right?
Spotty.
On a jerk bait. And then Luke hooks onto a striper after, which was insane. We were like little girls in a dock, man.
Now, are these like soft plastics or hard plastics you guys are talking about?
Sure. Like a jerk bait vision.
Like the Vision 110.
Like Vision 110? Okay.
Hard baits.
Yeah.
Hard baits, yeah.
Yeah, usually when they're busted, man, you just throw like the soft plastic, like a jerk bait in there with a hook.
We threw
weightless
everything in.
I will have to say that at Castaic, one of the best techniques ever had, or just that station system at Castaic, is just walking the fluke on top of the water. When they're like, you can find them busting, you can get largemouth, you can get smallmouth, and you can get striper, all just walking a 3-inch white fluke, just like that.
We were throwing
everybody's
poppers. We had walk the dog lures. We had everything. Because I just happened to have my freshwater box that day.
Nice. Yeah, I see.
It was fun.
The homie Reaper was saying that at Castaic, you see the stripers on tap. So they're schooling up there. Yeah, as soon as the weather gets a little warm, they just start schooling up. You can find them in coves early in the morning. The bite in the morning, especially in the morning, is ridiculous if you find them boiling.
We might have to make a run up there and fish for them in the bay boat.
Oh man, it'll get crazy. It'll get crazy because when they're biting, and you get one going and they get them fired up.
Now, how do you set up your gear? What leader you using? What braid you using?
Usually, I'm probably going like anywhere from like 12-pound, either floral or like I used to use. It's called shit. I just finished pulling some up. Hold on, let me grab it. It's like
you're throwing an A-rig on 12-pound.
Depending where I'm at. If I'm at a lake that I know doesn't have that many snags, yeah, all day. If I know there's a lot of like debris, trees, then I got to switch it up. I'm going braid just because if I go to like Pyramid, sometimes even, especially like up at I would say like Casitas, Piru especially. Piru, I'm always getting stuck. A lot of time you fucking bait that Piru. It's not even funny, but yeah, it just depends where I'm going because usually for like Castaic, for me, I've always had better luck with the thinner line. I tend to think that the fish see it. So I'm like, if they can't see it, if I can't see it, we're good to go. So it just all depends.
That makes me and you look like a couple kooks, Charlie. We're out there at pound straight braid.
Shit, hey man, I'm just ready in case I hook up a bait. I ain't trying to break.
And 40-pound leader.
I'm not trying to break up, man.
Yeah.
It was but we got stuck. I got my A-rig stuck and there must have been a bad spot in the braid. My braid ended up snapping. End of the night, Charlie goes, all right, last cast and we're leaving. And he goes, dude, I got your braid. Dude, we're like laying down on the dock. Charlie fished that thing right out of the water.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we got the A-rig back.
It was sick.
Oh, man.
So I didn't skunk. I saved Luke's.
Check this out. Just how you're talking about losing baits. For me, we did the swimbait tournament last Sunday. And I haven't been fishing Balboa much just because I've been going to Castaic a lot and kind of trying to lock in on the upper lakes. But I get there first thing in the morning. I lost 2 baits in the first 30 minutes.
Oh,
And you should already know where you're getting stuck at or whatnot. But I was using top water baits, like upper column baits that don't sink that fast. And the first bait got stuck on a cone that was sticking up out of the water. And I was like, oh, I think I'll be able to pull it off the cone. Did not come off. I ended up losing that one. But second bait was the Bait Sanity and the Glide, the bluegill. Threw it in there. Same thing. First couple casts were good. After that, it got stuck. Like, you got to be kidding me. 2 baits within 30 minutes.
Oh, man.
But luckily, the dude that won it, Matt, was actually, he was around me and he was able to pull it out. So
oh, that's cool.
he fished my bait back. So I was like, dude, you just saved me $80. So I was like, all right, cool.
So we got Joe from Performance and Pee Wee. What's up, Pee Wee?
What's going on? Oh, Pee Wee.
So he put on the comments. He said, just make sure you have a boat really dry because Castaic checks. What did he mean by that?
So if you're changing boat like locations from water to water, if you have a drip in your boat, Castaic won't even let you launch your boat.
Yeah.
So they check you before you go in?
Yeah.
They open the bilge.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they check the motor.
Yeah. They
They'll have you lower your motor down, and if a drop of water comes out of it, go home.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. They're pretty serious about their lake.
Yeah, I've heard of guys out there blow drying their boat before they leave. Everything's good, but after an hour of driving there and the trailer bouncing around, that drop of water still comes out.
Can't cross contaminate.
Yeah. But once you get your Castaic tag, like we do tag it for Castaic, you're able to go up to Pyramid as well. So you can use that tag to go up and down from Pyramid to Castaic. We can jump around. They'll accept the tag there as well.
That's cool. So let's get this started. You got Toxic Day coming up.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going to lie. Really jealous. I really wish. My favorite thing is shows. I love, from doing concerts way back when to Fred Hall, to the Toy Drive. It's like it's all got that same vibe.
Yeah. Toxic Day, we've been actually planning it since the beginning of the year. And for some reason, it's like we blink and it's here. And it's, whoa.
And then you'll blink again and it's gone.
Exactly. I'm already working on the fall drop. So we're working on stuff for fall already. So it's like, you got to stay ahead of the schedule, stay ahead of the game. But yeah, it's Toxic Day. We're actually leaving Thursday morning. We'll be out of here about 4 a.m. We'll be heading up to the Delta, do some fishing, hang out with the guys. There's a lot of us going. The whole State Bank crew's going. It should be a good time.
So you say the whole State Bank crew, how many people is that?
I'm talking probably 10 or 12 people. About 10 or 12 people.
Sick.
We ended up renting an Airbnb with a boat slip. So we got about, I think 3 boats are coming out.
From down here?
Yeah.
Nice.
All of us are sitting up there.
Who's part of the State Bank crew?
It's just a bunch of buddies, man. It's not even, there's like official members or anything like that. It's just a bunch of us that we've been fishing.
Come on, Riz. They're official members.
Yeah. There's no members or anything like that. It's just a bunch of us that fish together. And just a lot of us just hit each other up like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Where you going?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going here. So it's just a bunch of the buddies, just all of us that got boats or whatever. Just we're going to be shooting up.
Blood in, blood out.
you gotta get jumped in for it. But nah, it's just like I said, it's just a bunch of us, bro. A bunch of buddies and stuff that have been fishing for a while. A bunch of cool guys. Just going up there. We're just gonna have some fun, man. Going up there and fishing. Saturday is the big day, so we gotta make sure that we get our fishing in first, and then get prepared. We're taking all of our stuff. We got a brand new canopy. There's a bunch of new stuff that we got going on. A bunch of new drops, t-shirt collabs, and a lot of stuff in the works.
So is this your first one?
For me, yes. This is my first Toxic Day. I tried to make it out the last year's, but timing didn't work out. I got kids that play sports, so it was like their schedule just didn't work out. This time around, we're good to go. So we planned ahead and everything's already set in stone. And yeah, should be pretty good. Should be pretty good.
So are you guys having like special drops for that day only?
Yes, we are. We have special pricing as well. So not only is the pricing going to be different for Toxic Day, but we definitely have 4 t-shirt drops that we're going to be doing. We have a bait, the collaboration with Gracely. Now,
is that the one that you posted it?
Yes, that Fire Red. We're definitely going to be dropping that. And
He always says you're not really a crew.
Yeah, no, we're not a crew, man. We're just, like I said, a bunch of little dudes that just Phil. And by little, I don't mean little, but yeah, just a bunch of friends.
Phil's not going either because he has sports also.
I'm sorry, 10 people is not little.
Just and it's a crew.
If
It's a crew.
me like, oh hey, can you get 10 people together in an Airbnb? I'd be like, I can get like 3. 10 people ain't little, and that's gonna be a whole lot of fun, especially with you guys buddy and all that.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think the whole point of this, right, is also to document it. I'm working on a project as well. I don't want to give out too much info, but yeah, we're gonna be documenting everything, and it's just like taking the drones out. We got cameras, and just recording the good times.
You get nervous with these drones on the water?
Yeah, I do. I've almost lost one.
I get nervous just with the GoPro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Luckily, I got a couple GoPro like the straps so I can mount on. But as far as the drones, depending on how windy it's going to get, I got to watch out with the weather and making sure that I have enough chargers to bring it back down. Cause
I'm sorry, guys.
Are you
Phil just said State Bend needs to provide a hat for your lives.
Oh man, wait, if we would have known, maybe I could have made something happen.
Ooh, but go for it, Luke.
I was telling John, I'll tell you the same thing. Your guys' designs this year have been sick.
Thank you.
Some of the coolest designs I've seen you guys do so far.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying right now. I think without giving too much away, but we got a lot loaded already in the, I guess in I would say stored, ready to drop.
Yeah, I think you guys had you posted something that was just like a bunch of designs flashing real quick.
Yeah.
And I went through and paused each one. I was like, oh, some of those aren't even out yet.
Yeah, and some of those might not even see the light of day because I'm constantly trying to cook up some new stuff. And sometimes I think a design is cool one day, and then the next day I'm like, you know what? I think we got something better. And that's just how we go along with it, bouncing off ideas between me and John. He'll give me an idea.
When you put out the Earn Your Stripe shirt, we caught our stripers like literally that day. Our first one.
Nice. Yeah. Hell yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah. Too bad that shirt didn't come out of my size.
It was a size too short, too little.
You know what? We have to get some more of those. We actually did release that one ahead of time because we did get a lot of feedback for that one. And they were like, hey, can you guys drop something? Some of us can't make it up to Toxic Day. So me and John were like, you know what? Let's do a sneak drop for everybody who subscribed to our email. And I constantly send out email blasts. So as soon as we drop something, I'm sending out an email blast letting people know, hey, we're having a sale or we just loaded up some new inventory out to the site. And we'll do that through the email blast first before we even go online and let people know. But just a heads up for everybody that's out there listening. If you're not emailing, if you subscribe to our website, go ahead and do it now because we're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff throughout the whole summer from barbecues and stuff like that. And there's even going to be like a special barbecue where it's invite only. So if you got that email, you're going to know where it's at and you come through and it's just going to be a bunch of us just hanging out and just having fun with it.
Speaking of barbecues, we got Glizzy's at the ramp narrowed down to 2 days. It's either going to be mid or late July. We'll be probably at the end of this week announcing the official date for Glizzy's at the ramp.
It's nice. And you guys had one already this year, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what we're trying to do is just make it fun.
Exactly.
Make it fun.
See, you guys are a crew. Look what Jen just said. He said, we put it on blast like Fight Club. So you don't know if you're not.
That's like the first rule is they can't talk about it.
Oh, man.
I'm just kidding, man.
Definitely not. But yeah, we're just, like I said, we're just having fun with it, man. That's the best part about it is it's a business, definitely a business. And then when things come down, when you get to business and you're doing business, like business is business. But when you're having fun with it, that's the best part. And I think that's what we're doing right now is we're just having fun with it, man. I learned lessons from Hookset and going into State Bend and how to do things and doing things a little bit differently as well. And not paying attention to what everybody else is doing. Just do your thing. If you know what you're going to do, you have a feel for it, you love what you're doing, just go for it, man. Just do it. Don't care about what other people say. If you like the design, put it out. If it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. Keep it pushing. There's more. And there's enough room in this industry for everybody to be able to do something. And that's definitely what you want to do. There's room for everybody. Just try to be different. Don't bite anybody else's designs and don't try to do what anybody else is doing and you'll be successful. It's crazy.
I like that.
So with that being said, what's going to happen with Hookset?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. Sent to my DM. It's funny because people were like, what's going to happen? We just took a break. My buddy Mark is the other half of Hookset. We basically took a break because we started this whole thing. We started Hookset because we wanted to do fishing tournaments. And I used to rep a lot of brands that were never going to sponsor me. They don't care about you. They're just a clothing company. So I realized, you know what? Like, we're giving free advertisement to these people when we're fishing tournaments. And if you win tournaments, you get pictures taken, you get promoted on sites or whatnot. And it's like, why are you wearing somebody else's clothing that, again, is never going to help you out? So I said, you know what? Let's just start making our own stuff. Like, even if nobody buys it, let's just
wear what you want to wear.
Exactly. Just make some cool designs, whatever it is. And that's how it started. And basically that's what it was. And actually we started releasing designs under Hookset, and me and Mark were just rocking our own stuff. It wasn't even for anybody else. It was just like, we like it. Long sleeves, short sleeves, stuff that we were rocking. And then eventually people were like, hey, you know, who makes that? We're like, oh, we do. And it was like, all right, cool. Let me get a shirt. And it went from selling one shirt to a couple family members buying shirts. And then, oh, we're going on a charter trip. Dude, do you think you can make us some shirts? Oh yeah, for sure. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey dude, like maybe we should try actually doing this see what happens. And that's what we did. But we had a good run. Like I said, we put a pause in it to get back into what we set out to do, which was to fish tournaments. So Mark was able to buy himself a brand new bass boat. With that happening, we took a pause, and he basically said, hey, let's take a break. There's not too much money that we can invest at this point right now. And then let's take a quick break on it. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's do that. So after Fishmas, put a stop to it. And then that's when me and John linked up, and we started talking about doing something together, and it just worked out. And the stars just aligned, and everything happens for a reason. So after that, I jumped on board with Stayband, and we've been pushing since the beginning of the year, and we haven't looked back.
So have you guys started fishing tournaments?
So right now we've actually been learning the lakes. I don't want to jump onto the tournament scene just yet.
Just putting in your time.
Yeah, I think what it is, you got to get comfortable with what you're throwing. You got to feel that confidence in what you're throwing and those baits that you're throwing.
Get that time on the water.
You know, if that confidence isn't there, it's not going to work for you. It's because as it is, it's a grind. It's a grind to perform when it's time to perform. And it's sometimes you blink. A lot of the times you're going to blink, but it's a grind. It's definitely a grind. So I think the more comfortable you are with throwing baits that you're not used to throwing and getting out of your comfort zone, because that's just really realistically, like, you can drop shot all day and you're going to catch fish. But sometimes to catch that bag that you need to get, you need that kicker fish. You need that bigger fish. You need that fish that's going to bite a buzz bait, that's going to chase after a jig, or it all depends, right? Just depending on what time of the year it is. But you can guarantee that throwing a different type of bait, a bladed bait, they're going to catch you a bigger fish than a drop shot fish. So it's like just learning all that, learning the water temp, learning the columns of the water, where they're at, learning the graphs, and learning your electronics, especially tuning into your electronics and making sure you're locked in.
Which takes time.
Exactly. So it's all that
time on the water
and off the water as well. Because again, if you're not looking up, you know, how to actually look at your graphs, and are your graphs like synced up to everything correctly? Is everything working in the way it's supposed to?
Are your transducers leveled correctly?
Yep, exactly. Like little things like that people don't really think about, but
you guys are making me not want a boat.
You don't want to boat.
What you're looking for is consistency, really. And that's all I really want in fishing, in a tournament or out of tournament. I want to be able to go whenever I go, be like, I'm going to be able to catch fish. Because it sucks when you go out and you throw the kitchen sink and you don't know why they weren't biting, but it's all right. I want to know why they weren't biting. Yeah. And then if that's the case, is it because I didn't have what I needed to get that bite, to produce that bite? So it's just that consistency factor. And yes, it is the amount of time that you do spend behind all that, and just knowing the conditions.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. When you're getting ready to go into tournaments, I was told there's no A-rigs allowed in tournaments for freshwater.
You know what? That I don't know. It might be just what tournaments you're fishing. So that's a question I might have to ask, because I'm not too sure about that.
You're like, because Rich is like, I want to throw A-rig.
You're like, because that's what I'm practicing on.
Definitely if I'm chasing stripers, I'm throwing an A-rig. But usually for smallmouth and largemouth, like I said, I'm throwing a Castaic. But yeah, people said that's the MLF. So again, it just depends what tournament you're fishing and what the different rules, because there are different rules for every tournament. Some you can't, some you can't just flip the fish on the board. You got to use a net. Some you can't use a net. So it all
So
depends. You can use fish.
You've got
chips.
to do your due diligence in every tournament.
Yep. You got to know the rules. Just every sport, right? Every sport has rules and you just got to know the rules. But again, you learn that as you go along. So that's definitely something that we're going to have to do, that I'm going to have to do. But right now we're just putting in the time on the water and trying to figure out the spots and learning the local lakes. Because if you know your local lake, you can take that knowledge and you can take it where you go and at least have some kind of sense of what's going on.
So this is the perfect time to bring this up and to make this little segue. This is going to be our last episode as Is This Mandatory? And we're officially changing our name to Time on the Water.
Oh, nice.
So I thought
Subliminally throwing that out there, guys.
this perfect segue from all these shameless plugs. And then it looks like, oh, it actually is about time on the water. You two don't do this. I'm going to jump.
What you guys don't know is I was talking to Rich already and I was telling him to do it on the live. So
Yes, we are now scripted and we are telling people to see how many times they can use time on the water in one conversation.
So random,
Like super troopers out here.
random 5G, maybe random egg wants to know where we're from. We're like SoCal. Where are you from? I'm interested where you're from because we had a guy from Australia on the last one.
Oh, nice. It's nice.
let's see if he replies. All right. Anyways, while we're waiting,
So when would your plan to start tournaments be? Like spring?
We don't have a set schedule yet, right? It's up in the air, especially with how the tournament season works, right?
Mm.
And I'm not in a rush. Again, I don't want to rush into something. And again, people say, oh, you're not going to make yourself look dumb or anything, but it's just when I do something at 100%, right? I don't go just half-assed on anything. So I would hate to just jump into something and then see myself fail in the beginning and just be like, you know what? We wasted too much money already and I got to get out because
it
tournaments
costs
aren't
money.
cheap. Exactly. Tournaments aren't cheap. And a lot of the time you got sponsors behind you that are funding these tournaments. So if I do get sponsors, I don't want to let these people down the first time I'm going to a tournament. I get skunked.
I don't know if he's on here, but are you sponsored by Boondocks?
But Boondock, you know what?
Tournament wise.
Boondock.
All those going to be on the live soon. So we'll be talking to him.
I'll go there, homie, for sure.
We'll get the follow-up of how the trip went.
Yeah. Well, we'll also find out from him what percentage of your entry fees you pay.
Man.
Yeah, man. You know what's crazy is I just did a collab with Boondock not too long ago.
The honey one?
No.
Oh, that was another one.
Yes, we did the honey hookset one, but the most recent one that we did
The
was the tilapia jig.
Got a tilapia head.
Gray and pink. I'm sorry. And yeah, man, I think it's been catching fish like crazy. And the funny part about it was like, I told him what colors to use and he sold out of the jigs and I ain't even get jigs, bro.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, yo, where's my stash, bro? And he's, oh, dude, I sold out already. I got to make you some more later. I was like, oh, man.
There he is. There he is. That was all my idea. Rich had with it. Fake news.
See, we did the opposite with Daniel. We got all the baits before the drop. Right. We'll get you some pictures.
We're going to get some before they sell out.
Dude.
Yeah, I needed them to create some hype. So I made 4 slugs. I made 4. I gave 1 to Nick. I gave 1 to Charlie, 1 to Luke, and I kept 1 myself. And I was like, hey, guys, this is the color I'm thinking about. And I didn't know, I did not expect the turnaround to be so quickly.
He didn't expect to get a FaceTime call at 1 a.m. that night.
Yeah. I've been talking to Luke and Charlie. I'm like, I want to start going towards drops a little bit because the shop's closed right now because I'm organizing stuff. I'm pouring molds. I'm just cleaning stuff up. I have 60 pounds of lead to clean. So it's like a lot of just organizing going on. And I was like, all right, I still need to generate some money for supplies. So I want to go into a drop situation. I'm working on a website and all that stuff. So I gave them the slugs. And I was just like, yeah, go try them out. See what you think. That'd be cool if you guys catch anything. Send a picture. And Luke and Charlie are fantastic fishermen. I'm going to talk like they're not here.
We're okay.
They love.
We won't join tournaments.
Yeah. Sudden impact is 90% of what they're going to throw. Now the other 10%, I would say, I probably
stop
said this,
it.
the other 3%.
That's the
is
truth for me.
Stop it. That's not
So,
true for me.
It's true.
When Charlie and Luke call me at 1 a.m., of course I'm sleeping. And so I wake up and I'm like, oh man, it must have been insane if they're calling me at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
So finally, I don't know, I want to say around like noon, after both of them have taken their morning nap, I start, hey guys, like, what's going on? How did it go? And they're like, Luke goes,
Dude.
we need a 3-way right now. And I'm like, okay. So we get on the phone.
I don't
and
even
start
think I
calling.
said that. I think I responded with the picture. I think I
So
just
that
sent you
night-
a picture of me holding that big fish.
That night, Nick from SoCal Fishing Squad and Luke just killed it on that slug, man.
Yeah.
And then the night,
That was fun.
the weekend after, me and Daniel fished a slug, and we just, oh man, it was a slay
Yeah.
fest.
So hold
Like-
on. Nick killed it on that slug. I got 2 casts before I lost it. I cast it, stuck a 6-pounder, cast it again, and lost it in the rocks.
But it was a slay fest that day, man.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that green tea, man. I saw that green tea. That thing looks fire, bro.
Yeah,
I think it looks
it's
fire.
a really good.
Mm.
It's a really good combo.
When did you
Especially with some
cast?
shirt on with it. What? I got more.
Who poured you those? I don't even remember pouring those.
Somebody's bootlegging you, actually.
You had base when I went out with Lunchbox.
Yeah, you're right. Luke's outside pillaging my blue box in front of my house. I drop packages in, and then he fishes them out with a coat hanger.
But yeah, that was a cool drop, man.
There
So-
will be times I'm meeting up with someone and they goes, "Hey, give these to him." I go, "Yeah," and I'll see his box in the car. I go, just get a handful of those.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, so no, wait, you go. I'm still thinking about the slug. I'm still thinking, I want to, but yeah, it was a good night, man. And if you guys want to watch that video, who's ever on here, it's called, is the
Breakwall
magic,
Magic.
Breakwall Magic on YouTube.
Breakwall
Time on the
Magic.
water.
Part 1's out. Part 2's coming out this week. And then I'm working on editing part 3 right now.
Nice, nice.
Oh, with that being said, since we're talking about YouTube, so what happened to your YouTube channel?
Oh man, let me tell you, just got busy, bro.
Editing
It's
takes
just,
It's a lot of work.
It does. It takes a lot of time from you. Basically, what happened was I was fortunate to have a work from home job for a while. So that gave me a lot of time to get on the water and go home, edit videos and whatnot. But as soon as COVID era hit, I ended up ramping up my work. So I started flying around the country for the last I would say maybe last 2 years. I was flying around like the United States. So I was busy. So I didn't have much time to film. It got difficult because you got to plan everything ahead. You got to make sure everything's charged. So the YouTube just took a hit. It took a hit because you got to balance your time with everything, right? So it's like you got your brand going on. But first and foremost, I'm a dad. So I got to make sure my kids are going to soccer practice, baseball practice, football practice, cheer, whatever they got going on. I got to be there first. And then fishing comes after that. So it's like whenever I can sneak onto the lake or catch some sessions is what I do that after. But it was just a little too much at the time. So it was like, you know what, I had to put a pause on it for a little bit, but it's still there. Eventually I'm planning to start dropping some more stuff, probably a lot better edited as well. It was just a lot of YouTube stuff that was just quick little sessions, but I'm thinking a lot bigger now. Pictures are a lot bigger. So that'll be in the works. So look out for that. Definitely.
Submission
Submission
shows here.
fishing. How's it going? You guys haven't tried those flat falls, man. Those are some nice flat falls.
We're going to talk to you a little later this evening, Submission, talk about what day you're coming on.
Now, all I heard from you talking about that story is how you were working remote and somehow fishing more. Yeah, all I can think about is you not working and just fishing remote.
You know what? Honestly, you know what's crazy is when I was traveling more.
Wait, Rich. Wait, you work.
No,
he was working hard.
Yeah.
I was thinking, man. When I was traveling, it was great because I was actually taking my rods. So I did get to fish in Milwaukee. I was fishing in Wisconsin, Lake Michigan for pike. It was crazy, man. But different spots that I was actually able to hit. Seattle. I was in just different areas of the United States where I had never been before. So I was like, hey, let me take advantage of this. My work was already covering the hotel trip. So I was telling my buddies, dude, fly out. I got the hotel for the next 2 weeks. You guys want to roll in? Roll in. Let's go fishing.
That's cool, man.
But is this the same squad that's not a squad?
You're not a
A crew, not a squad. Yeah, crew. I think that's the same. I think that's the same crew, man.
Oh man, no, but it's just like I said, it's just a bunch of childhood friends. Like I said, we all grew up together.
like a crew.
Yeah, shit, but or officially we're not. Officially on paper we're not. So we can't.
But you know what? There's something interesting that you said on the podcast with Casting Craig, man. It does make sense. Just going to a concert, I realized that you enjoy it more when you stop filming, man.
Yeah.
And the more you film, the more you miss because you're trying to focus. And dude, so we went to a concert, not to get out of context, but went to a concert, man. I told my wife, I was like, you know what? I'm not recording. I just want to watch.
Why would you
So
record the concert?
Cause you want, what if I don't know. Dude, I have videos on my phone of concerts that I go to and I just look back.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially when it's like a song that you like a lot, right? You go back to it and you're like, oh, that's that song, left my song, whatever.
And then who's going to believe me that I went if I don't have a video?
Who's questioning you? Like, fucking Charlie. I don't think you went to that.
You didn't go, you liar. You don't have a video.
I would say that's my big thing about recording is I've got some cool moments on video where even like right now I'm editing a trip that's almost over a month old now because the one we were talking about with the big calicos, there was 45 minutes of usable footage, not 45 minutes of footage, 45 minutes. It was a 45-minute video.
Yeah.
So we're having to break it up into 3 videos. And there's stuff where
that's hard.
I forgot about that. I'd already forgotten about that. And you're like, yeah, that was a cool part of that catch.
Yeah, but I think it's different. Like when and especially like how you're doing it, how you're doing it on the boat. It's like we're fishing and we're not worried about the camera. When you're wearing it or you're recording, you got to stop and record. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that the 360 catches that you can't catch from a first person point of view. Right?
Yeah. No,
so it's pretty cool.
And you know, what like you said, you just went to a concert. I want to say maybe a month ago, took my daughter, it was a 6th grader, to her first rock concert and she loved it. And it was like, we went out, I took both my daughters to go watch this indie band that I used to listen to as a kid. And they grew up listening to it just because of me playing it in the car or whatnot. We went out to LA, just did our thing. And I wanted to record the concert, but then I was like, you know what? You just take those snapshots in your head and you just save them as your memories. You know what I mean? And I did take a couple quick pics outside of the venue and us in front of the venue. But once we got inside, man, we just went in and just had a great time. And those are the things that you hold on to, memories that, you know, are installed in your mind. And now when she hears a song, it's going to remind her like, hey, and they took me to this concert, and you don't have to have those videos recorded because
my dad took me.
That's why you have LimeWire.
Damn, you're taking it back old school.
LimeWire, huh? LimeWire. Okay. The Napster days.
The Napster days.
The amount of viruses I added to like my parents' dial-up computer because of LimeWire and all that stuff.
You said dial-up.
The only one didn't even go to begin with.
How were you going to get on the internet if you didn't dial it up? This is the funny thing.
Dude.
Daniel's only like 23 years old. So his parents just rode that dial-up train from the long side.
Oh, yeah. I remember getting so mad when I was trying to play Counter-Strike in my room. And my mom would
she had a can?
She picked up the phone and my dude just like stuck there. It's like glitching. And I'm like,
that's funny.
Dude, we used to go to the 99-cent store and buy those like super long cables, dude, so we could run it from like the kitchen to my bedroom. And oh man, dial-up was fun.
Dude, I grew up. I don't know about you guys, but I would get the free subscriptions for.
Yeah, Daniel doesn't know about that.
What the toy shit?
You get the little CD.
This, yeah, the CD.
I didn't get the toy in the box because we got knocked. Name brand cereal. Sorry.
Come on. Come on.
We used to get the Frosted Flakes with the 5 hours of AOL free. Oh, bro. Those chat rooms used to be.
Oh, yeah. Age, sex, and what is it? What was it? What was it when you would ask somebody? Fuck, I forgot.
Oh,
age, sex, and
age, sex, and location.
Yeah, that. ASL.
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, we're going back. Damn, look, everybody's talking about dial-up now.
Right?
Net Zero was the shit.
Net
Sorry,
Zero.
no cussing on this live.
Oh, man, Net Zero was dope for sure.
That was the CDs. But yeah, man, it's really cool to see how the brand, how John and you took the brand. I love the aesthetics of it, man.
Oh,
I'm a big fan of
thank you.
old school stuff.
I can't wait until we get a dial-up shirt. No,
Hey, who knows, man? It might be in the works.
Hey,
I know.
you
Going
just
old school with some stuff. I'm just saying.
right.
Dial-up is kind of old school.
Some state band loading, man.
Oh, dude, we actually have a little graphic that I had made a couple. I want to say maybe like a couple weeks back. We still haven't dropped a lot of stuff, but you'll see it. We got cell phones involved, and I'm talking about like the old trap phones and pagers and all kinds of crazy crap. But yeah, you see some of the stuff I got in the works.
Hey,
We
Rich,
just try to-
you keep saying you don't want to say it, but I feel like you do.
Not this clout. A little bit more. It's going to Pella.
I can't.
Nah,
And you guys,
just kidding, man.
nah, you
It's
can-
all fun. I'm just kidding. And it just makes it that better.
Yeah, we did. Like I said, definitely we got a lot of new stuff coming out. I'm pretty sure you guys already saw a lot of the drops, and we've been promoting for Toxic Day. But
Yeah.
even after Toxic Day, we have a lot of new stuff coming out. New things that I could talk about, which is like sweaters and hoodies, and we got waterproof jackets, especially for the fall. And basically, the way I like to think about it is, we're gonna put out stuff that I would wear, that we would wear ourselves, because that's the type of stuff we want to put out. We're not just gonna put out something just because it's like in demand. It's more of a, if I need something that I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna put it out, because that means that somebody else is gonna need it as well. And waterproof jackets amongst, especially with the type of weather that we've been having. It's like
you got
cloudy.
jackets coming out, huh?
Yep. We
Ooh.
got jackets.
Are they gonna have it in your size, Luke?
No.
Ass.
Oh, no, they're
Oh,
not.
we're gonna try to get it as big as whatever size we can get it at.
He already told, we talked in private, and he was like, you're going to have to go to AFCO, bro.
Hey, we got Matt in here. Matt, you're listening.
We talked in private. All right, Luke. Nick Frank cereal and top CEOs. I gotta step up my games.
Oh man.
Wait, what do you mean? He's already taking them on business trips.
No, not to throw out any shameless plugs or nothing, but we also got cups coming soon as well.
Nice.
That looks
Yeah.
cool.
Household.
I did tell
products.
John, I was like, John, I need one of those decals that you guys are gonna be taking to Toxic.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We got some stuff, man. Well, I'll definitely put some.
Yeah, those
but-
sun shirts look pretty good, too.
Yeah, you know what? Those actually work pretty well as well. I've been beating the hell out of mine on the lake recently, so we definitely have to put out another drop of those, probably in a different color soon in the summer. But
Hey, Luke, Matt got you.
I saw that. Matt,
So you got any more
because I have multiple AFCO jackets.
Your Reaper jacket is an AFCO on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
It's got the,
We call it the we call it, guys, we call it the Reaper jacket because it covers you up.
It is the Reaper.
Called the Reaper jacket?
It's the model.
Oh,
oh, nice.
shit, I didn't even know. I thought you just named it like that because you look like the
No.
Reaper.
No, they got
Nice.
a jacket and hoodie line.
What-
All Reapers.
What's up, Anthony?
Oh,
4K's on.
Skunk Buster, what up, bro? Yeah, man. But we got, like I said, we got a bunch of stuff in the works. Like I said, making household products. We're trying to be a household name, so we got clothes. maybe down the line we got some cazuelas, some dishes, and some pirate pots.
Damn. Shit, bro.
No, I know you already do Fishmas and Christmas things. You got to get that Christmas dinner set.
Uh-huh.
That's used one year and stays on the shelf.
It's for the fancy company.
It's for the face.
Yeah.
You gotta put out a reel when you finish eating and you show the state band after you finish.
Pull up the
Nah,
plate.
you got to be eating. You got to be eating on the boat. And then,
Oh yeah,
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Molcajete, all right.
Hey, like I said, we're just trying to be. a
That's
household.
cool though, man.
But yeah,
Dude, you
That's
guys already
cool.
got the shirt with the guy pushing the cart full of the baits.
yeah, nope. Yeah, we got some cool stuff in the works, like I said, and some of the older designs as well. But we're like, let's touch, I guess, on Fishmas, because we did mention Fishmas.
Yeah.
Fishmas this year is going to be 5 years. So it'll be the 5-year anniversary. And I've already started doing pre-planning for it. We're going to try to do it bigger than the last couple of years and just do what we can with what we got and give back to the community. That is why we started this. That's basically why I started this, right? to give back to the local communities. All the toys get donated to local elementaries and go back to the kids that are less fortunate around the holiday season. And I make sure that the kids that are receiving the gifts actually do need the gifts. And usually it goes to the cities around here where they're just doing bad. So it's been really nice to see that going on. And yeah, man.
So where does that take place?
So we've been doing it, and I've been doing it at Lake Balboa for the last 4 years. It started off as just an idea and just to get people together, donate toys back to the less fortunate. And I've been blessed to just be able to have a larger platform. And now with the platform that I have to even reach more people, and just who knows where it'll go from here. But this year will be 5 years, March 5 years, little by little.
They'll be at Lake Balboa again.
Now,
you know what? I tried to
go
change
for it.
the lake. Yeah, I tried to change the lake to Castaic to make it a lot bigger. The only thing that we ran into was a little bit of problems with the fees that they charge about, like at Castaic, because now you're charging launch fees, now you're charging fees to park. Lake Balboa doesn't charge anything, so it takes away from the whole like trying to give back, and it's like it becomes expensive at that point because now you're paying the launch, now you're paying the park, and you still got to bring a gift. So it just makes it like, oh, some people are being, I can't make it out, but I got it.
So I've never been to Lake Balboa. Is that they got a launch ramp there?
They have a small launch ramp. It's like more of like smaller boats, like more of like the tiny boats, tin can boats,
kayaks,
like
stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. But there's people that have brought their bass boat on there. You can't really turn on your motor, anything like that. It's all trolling motor, everything electronic. They've floated out there with their boats before. Tackle Express has brought their boat 1 year as well, and Tackle Shack as well. So yeah, you can get your new boat on there. It's just going to be difficult to get it out. The smaller boats are easier, especially like the smaller, the plastic ones, like the Pelican boats and those type of deals. I have a smaller boat as well, which I built out myself. It was a small little John boat that I normally take on there, and that's what I used to use. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's small.
Like Daniel's boat.
Lake. Yeah, it's a super small lake. It's not too big, right? You can walk around the whole lake. Normally, people that's what
where is it?
It's right there in the center of everything, and that's why I do it there. Is it's in Van Nuys, the city of Van Nuys. So it's not too far. Yeah, so it's not too far for people in Los Angeles. It's not too far from people up in Valencia, and it's dead set in the center. And it's a lot bigger than some of the lakes out in LA because some of those are a lot smaller ponds. But it's like Pee Wee said, it's about 3 golf course ponds put together. But it holds some big fish. It's been growing. It's a nice place to fish. During the spawning season, like a couple months ago, people were catching 6+ pounders, like constant.
Really?
And it wasn't just, it was like a healthy variety of fish that you're catching. And not only is there bass in there, but you got tilapia, you got catfish, you got carp. And these fish are big. The tilapias are like almost like 9-pound tilapias that are coming out of there. And they're hitting your freaking they're hitting those crankbaits like freaking freight train. So you think you're getting hit by a double-digit bass, and then when you reel them out, it's, oh crap, man, it's tilapia.
That's still cool.
How deep is the fish?
You know what? It's not too deep. Some of the deepest parts that I've mapped out already on like my small little Garmin fish finder was like about 10 to 11 feet to the middle of the lake. So it's like you can see some of like the bubblers and some of the plastic stuff that like I guess they used to build around some of the pond stuff. It floats up, but yeah, some of the deepest parts are probably like about 11 feet.
That's cool.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of structure, so you'll see.
So it's still it's a lake, but it's still almost just another local pond.
Yeah, and that's why you have these fish that are able to get big. There's not a lot of structure. They do have a small house where they rent boats at. So you would think like a lot of the bats are hiding under there, but they're not. They're just everywhere, cruising around the lake. Because there's certain spots where you can't reach them from the shore. I'm pretty sure they're smart. They're pretty smart to get out to those spots and just cruise around and attack when they're hungry.
So when you're talking about crankbait, oh, sorry, go Luke.
You go.
No, you go.
I want to hear about crankbaits.
No, I want to hear about your pond.
No.
All right, I'll go and then you don't forget your question.
I have to edit this out.
When you're talking about crankbait, like how deep? Like how deep of a?
So it's going anywhere from a 3 to 5 foot diver.
It's like more like a square bill.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. Unless you want to get stuck, because there's a lot of snags at Balboa. A lot of people try to throw stuff in there to make some kind of stuff for the back, so that way they can fix the structure or whatnot. So a lot of people are throwing their own stuff in there. But anything more than 3 to 5 feet, you're gonna get stuck. You're gonna get stuck. That's why it sucks when you're throwing these big swim baits and you're getting stuck and you're like, oh. Yeah. Now you got to either try to go in there for it or try to snag it out, try to get it out. But
I'm going to walk way down to the left and let on a bunch of line and try to pull it from a different angle.
Yep. That's the name of the game in there sometimes. But sometimes you get lucky and you get stuck, and all of a sudden you pull out like 6 baits, and you're like, "Whoa! I just hit the jackpot."
Jackpot.
Yeah. I've lost some DRT swim baits in there before, so it's like they're in there. Somebody came up on them.
That's my kind of gambling.
Yeah. Yeah, you just sometimes you just
Hey,
get a magnet.
Luke, I'm good at fishing out lures. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't catch fish, but I can catch lures, guys.
Free charge.
Go catch them all.
There you go.
We got 2
So-
that night. Remember, you found that jerkbait too.
I found a lucky craft.
And then there's
But what were you going to say, Luke?
I was gonna say, yeah, I've been doing a little bit of the local pond stuff lately, and it's no joke. It's a grind. Good luck if you get one fish.
Yeah, no, definitely. I can guarantee with the changing of the weather or whatnot, they'll definitely be able to catch them on the Pytex and the smaller baits. When you,
Let's just look at the amount of people there are at such a small place.
yeah,
Man, these things are pressured.
no, definitely.
I'm taking out the A-rig next time.
That's why I use the Yum swim baits and the A-rigs because they're cheap. You get them for cheap. You can find them at Walmart and just some.
Wait, what Walmart?
The Walmart in Valencia has them.
Oh, man. I ain't got no.
He keeps throwing around this word cheap, but I think they're like $14 a piece.
Not at Walmart. Not at Walmart. Dude, the jerkbait that I was throwing, Luke, that night, the Ghost Shad one, online it goes for $14. You get it at Walmart for $6.
I'm going to Walmart.
Just saying. But you got to find the
Yum bait.
right Walmart, man.
Yeah, the Yum, they stock them at the Walmart. So you can get I guess it's actually like a package.
Wait, you live in Valencia?
I live in Silmar, so Valencia is 5 minutes away from me.
You got Bedmo?
Yeah.
Bevmo.
I
was like, Charlie, why are you looking
Yeah,
at drinks?
They've
now?
got a
Like,
Bevmo.
Bevmo.
They've got Walmart.
Yeah, we got.
No, I'm talking about like Bedmo. Let me Bedmo you some money, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. But those, like I said, when you're fishing those type of lakes, you want to use like the cheaper stuff, right? You don't want to because you're going to get snagged. And if you do get snagged, you're going to be crying later on when $14, $15 freaking A-rig is down the drain.
That's-
On top of
So
the
I'm going to be
plastic,
putting a 40-pound leader.
That's what I'm saying. That's why Luke's doing that $25 A-rig soon.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, no, that's just.
What's up? What's
put it
up?
like this. I've lost my fair share of A-rigs in Marina Del Rey. If somebody wants to dive for them, you can make a good chunk of cash.
That's why you got to start making your own.
Dude, they're a hassle to make. I'm going to be honest. The wire you want to use is pretty thick. It's hard to bend. It's just.
So you're telling me that you're not willing to take the challenge.
Especially when you
Oh, I
can
did. I
go
did
to
one.
you can go to Performance and get one for $13. It's super heavy duty enough for a yellowtail.
Nice.
And this is the one we're going to make the video on because this is the one that's been performing. But once we do the whole thing up, it's $25.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Rich, real quick, can you rent boats at Lake Balboa?
So they don't have boats. They have ducks, like these little pond ducks that you pedal out.
Can you
with.
fish out of them?
They don't let
I
you-
was thinking this.
Why not?
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's because I think it's the security, not the security, but the lifeguards there. They're super like, when it comes to like, fishing, what's going on. They really don't care for the
Backpack.
fishermen.
Get an ice pole. Put an ice
Dude, what else thinking the
You know,
same?
they're only like 2 feet.
Travel rods.
I got my 3-piece travel rods.
No, you know what? I seen Pee Wee fishing out of, what is it? Echo out of the duck
Yeah,
boat.
yeah. No, on Echo Park, you can. Echo Park.
Oh, you can?
yeah.
So
Echo Park, you can.
here's the move. This is what I used to do back in Polywog growing up. You
You
have
what?
these hand lines, right? You can put line around a Coca-Cola bottle or whatever you want. You put a hook on it, and all you have to do is put that in your pocket. You pull it out. You got 30 feet of line and a hook. Whip it out.
And like,
everyone
and,
youth on our crab spot.
Oh,
There's some gnarly koi, carp, and catfish at Polywog. Don't let them catch you, and I didn't tell you that.
I used to go there to feed the ducks with my kids.
At-
The-
Polywog?
Yeah. The fish's heads, they can come out. You could just see their heads as they'd roll on like a piece of bread.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how
oh my,
that's
that
how I
looks like a
found out
person's head.
we were feeding the ducks.
What if there was?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think they found like a murder weapon in there once, and somebody pulled out like this like toxic bag sign on it, and like it's toxic. There's definitely some things in Polywog parks.
Look at Matt. Matt said,
Yeah.
touch it.
Quit giving all the signals, guys.
Quit burning the spots. What's up, Anthony? Feel like fishing?
Just letting you guys know.
Not
Just
even a
saying.
little, and it's all
There's no fish here. There's no fish.
all a bunch of Karens around there. You'll have the cops called on you so quick.
Wait, Banana said it's swan wars over there, so you got swans that are going at you too.
Oh, dude. The Canadian geese?
No,
They'll
he's
figure out
talking about
swans on you.
Balboa.
I thought he was talking about. Never mind.
The Canadian geese are mean. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely a gang of geese at Balboa as well.
Geese.
You can't show them fear because they can sense your fear. So you got to walk through it with confidence, otherwise they turn on you.
Can we get a gang of geese shirt going?
Dude, my fucking cheeks hurt already. Sorry.
Dude, there's a Balboa that just goes around grabbing the geese by their neck, dude. It's crazy. He just gotcha. And carry them around everywhere. Oh man, it's crazy.
So
If you got the confidence.
you could do whatever, huh? I guess pond wise or whatever. What about Leg Lake? Have you ever thought about doing it there, or is it because of the parking stuff?
No, I've thought of other lakes as well, right? There's a couple other lakes that we've looked at. It just happened to be that certain lakes you got to take out permits as well. Around that time, like there was people that were like having parties or whatever, so there wasn't anything available. So I just took it to doing it at Balboa because it's closer to me as well. So I was like more of a first come first serve type of deal, and I was able to lock down the areas and get everything going. That's why I just kept it there. But I am looking for somewhere to take it somewhere bigger. But at the same time, again, I'm looking right now to try to see if we can eliminate some of those costs for parking and launching fees and stuff like that, because it takes away from everything. And if we do start charging stuff like that, if we do that, I would rather have it to be like a bigger event where maybe we could do snow for the kids and have Santa Claus come out. And
Wow, that is a bigger event.
Yeah, and that's
Snow's not cheap.
Exactly. But if we're going to be charging, we might as well be doing something and getting kind of stuff going for everyone else, because it's been growing from where it's at. Before,
I know somebody who can play Santa for free. His name rhymes with Charlie.
It's fucked
Luke, he's already signing you up.
That's fucked up.
I was talking about you, Charlie.
Oh,
Come in, brother.
I thought he was going like this. Luke's like, hell no. But yeah,
My family makes me dress up as Santa Claus. I already have the costume and everything. I'll be there.
gotcha. Yeah.
no, you're not. You liar.
That's hilarious.
But yeah,
Like I said, we'll see what happens with this year. We still got a lot of time. But definitely we'll be doing it.
So you're going to be doing that, and you're going to be doing the Castaic toy drive, right?
Yeah, so we definitely will be in there as well. Next is usually I try to coordinate mine around either before the week after of Nick's, so that way we don't clash dates. But we've been doing that already for the last couple of years, so making sure people go to both and we're able to.
So you guys got anything happening in between Toxic and the holidays, basically?
Oh yeah, see that's some of the street stuff that you got to be signed up to the emails on. We definitely have some, like I said, some special barbecues we got going on and some special
For the crew.
for the crew, for the crew.
For the email list crew.
Yeah, for everybody that's on the email list crew. And then we'll definitely have some pop-ups throughout the year. But we want to make it exclusive to everybody that's helped us out along the way, and having those exclusive, like I said, meet and greets and little pop-ups that we got going on, giving them a chance to get some new gear that we got coming out, or a new collab with a bait that we got coming out. Because there's a lot of stuff right now in the works, like I said, that I haven't mentioned yet. But as soon as we get Toxic Day wrapped up, you'll start seeing some of those things coming out. And just stay tuned. We got a lot planned.
You guys have a charter coming up?
We do. We have a charter coming up at the end of July. It's almost sold out. I think there's only 2 or 3 slots left. And those are because some people canceled out. So we definitely have that charter coming up, which is going to be a lot of fun. And I'll be on the charter as well. And I'll be shooting some film on there as well, getting kind of everything going with the drones and stuff like that. And just having a good time.
Yeah, that was my first. That was my first ever charter that I did last year with them, and I kind of jumped on last minute because somebody canceled.
Yeah,
it was pretty fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we're gonna be doing.
I'm not even gonna say pretty fun. It was fun, man. I never. Yeah, it was, man. I never fished a charter before, and I did pretty good. I slayed the rock. I was giving fish away.
There you go. Yeah.
So it was cool.
Yeah, definitely. It should be a good time. We got a lot of cool stuff that we're gonna be giving away as well. We're making some swag bags for everybody on the boat. And
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, we'll be giving
very cool.
So it should be fun. looking forward to that.
What day is that again?
July 27th, I believe it's a Sunday. Yeah.
All right. So
you guys,
Lizzie's at the ramp is not on July 27th.
yeah, we're looking forward to that, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely always a good time. People coming out and just eat hot dogs and chill.
We're gonna try to do brats this time. Last time Lunchbox brought a couple, and that was the hot ticket. It's like, now we just need to do all brats.
Yeah, hot links are mom, man.
See, I'm telling you, Rich, it's a gang, man. Look, everybody's talking about Stay Band gang. You got Casting Crank out here saying he's probably part of the gang too, huh?
I'm laughing about this because while I'm like in the podcast, I'm always like, what should I name it? And I'm either thinking about gang affiliation or Goose Gang. Was the name of this episode.
Glizzy Gary.
It's the Geese Gang.
The Geese Gang.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
The Gang of Geese.
The Gang of Geese. See, one way.
I think
Yeah, man.
gaggle of geese.
Go with geese?
No, I think that's the correct thing. It's a gaggle of geese.
A gaggle.
Yeah, I think that's
Like
Gaggle of
a
geese?
herd of crows,
Yeah.
a flock of seagulls, a gaggle of geese.
Glizzy Gang.
Is it really? Is it really?
I think it's a gaggle of geese.
So
I'm just going to keep calling it.
we're in our last 15 minutes here. Everybody wants to know about PVs. What's your PV largemouth?
PB largemouth is actually out of Lake Balboa, and it was actually on a boondocks jig. Like I said, on a boondock jig.
And he just popped out too.
Yeah.
Tell us.
I had to plug him in, shamelessly plug him in right there because I saw him coming up. But nah, definitely, it was a good time. I don't really throw that many jigs. I wasn't a huge jig fisherman. I'm still not. I don't know. I just don't have that confidence in it yet.
Interesting.
Especially at Lake Balboa. Especially, it wasn't like something that I was used to doing.
You were throwing more hard baits.
Yeah, just a different variety. But again, for me, the jig wasn't like my go-to. So it was like my first time throwing the jig for a while. I think it was like about a week, and I was throwing the jig and consistently just throwing it. And I remember one Saturday going there pretty early in the morning. I casted it pretty far out, and I just let it sit there for a little bit. Did a couple of pops, and then I felt it pretty heavy. And I saw my line moving to the side, and I was like, "Oh, set the hook." It was over. And that was my PB. Brought it out, weighed it. It was about 6.7.
Oh,
like 6.7 at Lake Balboa, which was pretty big. So I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So,
Dude, Luke just saw the biggest green bass he's ever seen. Luke,
Yeah, that was.
bucket mouth.
And I wasn't hooked onto that.
No, I say you've seen it.
I saw it. Yeah.
that was one of my biggest fish that I've caught in California. And got to weigh to get the actual weight because I think I caught my PB in Florida, Disneyland. But
At Disneyland.
Did you do
Yeah.
a
I'm
Disneyland
sorry.
charter?
Give us
No.
more context on that.
all right, when I was doing my YouTube videos, my daughter does cheer competitions. So she goes all around like the United States cheering. And the finals are in Florida at Disney World. So we take a trip every year and go out there when we can. And my time out there, I said, you know what? I'm going to bring a collapsible pole inside of Disneyland and I'm going to fish inside of Disneyland because I've never seen anybody do it. And I know that you can get in trouble for it. But I said, what the hell, man? We did once. I'm going to do it. Fuck it. Just do it. So I took whatever I could with me, which was a collapsible rod. And I was like, if they take my stuff, I'm just going to take a Shakespeare, a Rita.
Yeah.
So that way, if they take it, I don't care. And
Possibly the best advertisement for Shakespeare.
Cool.
so basically, I was super huge on the Ned rig at that time. So I was Ned rigging along, and a pack of Ned rigs isn't that expensive. So I was able to, Uber Eats, I think it was like some stuff from Walmart at the time. And I ordered some Ned rigs, and all they had were black Senkos. So I cut the Senkos in half, made some Ned rigs, and bro, I must have caught like at least 20 fish, no lie.
And
Without getting caught?
Without getting caught. And it was one after
yeah, because
the other.
there's no pressure.
None. And not only that, who's fishing a Ned rig? in
Right.
Florida? Like,
I fished an Ed rig in Florida.
oh, there you go. See? But it was like at the time, like everybody throws like the Senkos weightless, or they'll throw Texas rigs, like a lot. That's basically what they're throwing out there. So Ned rigging was just a different presentation, and it's on the bottom. So these bass are just chilling, just all on the bottom, and they're just seeing this little thing just bounce around. They were hitting it left and right.
Smack.
And I actually have a video on my YouTube channel that's pretty old, but it's I recorded it. I recorded me fishing inside of Disneyland, and people were just.
Were you solo on that video?
Yeah, I'm just mobbing around on a bridge that I found, and I just started throwing it around. So it was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. The area was like Coronado Springs. That's what they call it.
And you caught a 6-pounder there too?
Oh man, I'm telling you, I didn't have a scale on me, but they were bigger than 6 pounds. I can guarantee you,
Really?
these mouths were. I'm talking about. I could have fit like both of my fish inside of his mouth, type of deal. And I got broke off a couple of times too. It was crazy. Like the rod was literally about to snap.
Pretty
They were going
wild.
underneath the bridge.
I've never really cared or wanted to go to Florida more.
Now you do. Hey, Daniel, this little piece right here, you got to cut it out. Name it. How to break into Disneyland
Yeah.
on a budget.
Balling on a budget. Balling on a budget.
Mobbing on a budget.
Literally, I had it in a backpack. I had a small little backpack, so that way it didn't look like I was doing anything. And then as soon as everybody walked away, it was like, pull out the pole, rod real quick, big lining, and just tie the net rig and out.
I don't know how you were like free enough to do that. I feel like nowhere in Disneyland is really not.
I'm talking about free from like cast members, because people around you are going to be walking around regardless. I was just able to, I looked around and I just saw regular bystanders, and I was like, okay, what are they going to tell me? What are you doing? I'm fishing. What does it look like? Oh my God, you're poaching fish.
Hey, yeah.
It was pretty cool.
After this episode, send me the link to that video
Yeah.
so I can post it in my stories so people can check it out.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely will. Yeah, and then it's like I said, it's a pretty old video, so you'll see. I think on camera, I must have caught like 6 or 7 fish, easy, like super easy.
Damn.
And you know what's crazy too was that after like I made that video, COVID happened, and I'm not gonna say they saw my video or not, but there was an NBA team that was fishing exactly where I was on the bridge, and they posted a video about it, and I was like,
Fishing?
yes, they were fishing when COVID had happened. They were
Oh,
like
that's
in
funny.
the bubble. They were in like the bubble lockdown. And I guess I did.
Yeah, because they were all living up
Yep.
in there, right? Now,
So
is this
they
at
were actually-
Disneyland or a Disneyland hotel?
Disney World.
There's the world.
But at the park or at the hotel?
At the-
Crazy. In the park.
Write it down, Luke. Write it down.
Take notes. He said something with the sea and there was a bridge. You find it from the YouTube video. It's from like a treasure hunt.
You just made Shakespeare stock go up. Somebody's gonna buy Shakespeare and go to Florida.
Oh,
What's up, Reyes? We got Reyes in the
so
house.
what's your big striper?
My biggest striper was actually that picture that you saw of the ocean. And that was another spot that I don't think we were supposed to be fishing at, but we got there. We just came around and we stumbled upon a cool spot that looked like pretty fishy. Started throwing some swim baits out there and got them to react. Got them to react on some jerk baits.
Was that?
Yeah.
Or is that up
Yeah.
north?
Oh, no, that was actually in Malibu.
Oh, nice.
Malibu. Yep. I used to do a lot of shore pounding.
Did you get a weight on that one, or is that before you were carrying a scale?
No, I didn't get a weight on that one, but it was pretty big. From the picture, you can see it was pretty big. I didn't get a weight on it to get an official weight, but I can tell you that's the biggest striper I've caught so far for sure. That's some decent ones up
That's
there.
a hound you on it. We talking 10, 15, 20,
No, not that. No, probably like about 12, maybe.
12?
Probably like about 12.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
It was pretty heavy. The length of it was pretty big, and for it being an ocean striper, those are bigger than the local lake ones. You usually tend to catch a little bunch of little ones at the lake, but that one.
I heard of ones in the lake coming out like 40 pounds.
Oh,
Dude.
Depends where you go. Depends where you go.
Well, the first time I seen was Guppies posted his PV. That thing was huge, man.
Yeah.
I
And then I think that
I think
was
he said it was like
Pyramid?
30 something pounds. Yeah.
about Pyramid. Yeah, Pyramid has some big stripers. It all depends where you go because Castaic usually they fish it a lot. So a lot of people take home the stripers, which I mean you're allowed to. So there's an abundance of them in there. But a lot of the big ones, when they get caught, man, they get taken. So
They get taken.
you know,
Sucks.
it's just there's just a lot of them at Castaic. So they just I think the limit's like 10.
Is it good eating?
Striper ceviche. People make ceviche out of that. They make striper.
It's supposed to be
tacos.
delicious.
They make, like
Is it
fried tacos.
nutritious as well?
Delicious and delicious.
Delicious. Oh man.
Well,
But yeah, no, I'm actually going up to Kachuma next week.
Nice.
Camping with some friends. So I might take my poles up. I'm not my, I don't
What do
mind.
you
I'm
mean,
not
Mike?
my, I'm gonna take them.
You're gonna. Yeah.
I'm gonna take them. But
All right, check it out. We got 4 minutes left, fellas.
4 minutes.
4 minutes countdown.
4 minute countdown.
4 minutes. Give us your last plugs.
Wrap it up. Wrap it in. No, yeah, just look out for everything that we got going on, especially when we get back from Toxic Being.
If you send me a link to your email, the email list, I'll post that too.
Definitely, I will do. Yeah, like I said, we definitely have a lot of stuff dropping after Toxic Day. So we still got some more stuff planned out. We got a pop-up coming up pretty soon as soon as we get back from Toxic Day. So look out for that. We got a bunch of new hats, a bunch of new shirt designs. Man, there's just a lot of stuff in the works. We got some new baits coming out. We're working on some baits. Like I said, we got the Gracely collab that we're dropping up at Toxic and a bunch of other little secret stuff we got dropping throughout the year. And Fishmiss, look out for Fishmiss. And yeah, man, we just got a lot of stuff going on. So
Me and Charlie are going to get on that email list because we want to be part of the crew.
Yeah, we want to be part of the crew.
Daniel's not down. He's not going to do it.
He wants to be. Do you want to be part of the crew?
I'm
Listen,
sorry.
he's just not down.
Do you know who's already part of the email list?
Oh,
Look at him. She's sweater on already.
He's a liar.
he's part of the crew already. Luke, I guess that leaves us out.
Oh, man. That's a little.
We're not part of the crew.
And just sign up, man. Sign up and you guys will get the emails. You sign up, you also get a discount code as soon as you sign up. So just save that discount code for when you see something you like and then make sure you just grab it because things are going to be flying off the shelves. I'll tell you, especially with the new stuff that's coming out.
Yeah, a lot of. I have noticed like a lot of John stuff in the past too. They go pretty fast, man. I was waiting for that. What is it? That doctor?
Oh, I know what you're
Shit.
talking about.
What is it?
It's like
The plague doctor
the
one?
plague
The
doctor.
plague doctor one? But he never brought it back. I'm still waiting for my spotty shirt, John. That's probably not gonna come out anymore.
I'm gonna, before we got a couple minutes left, but I will tease a little bit. We got a special Halloween shirt that's gonna be dropping.
Oh,
So we're big on Halloween.
You did one.
Family's big on.
You did one for yours, huh?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Looks at had one, but we're gonna be doing a Halloween shirt, and we're also gonna be doing a Halloween contest. So just be aware of when that going tonight.
See, little by little, he's dropping it 3 minutes after we. It's like he's dropping it.
contest, like an online,
It's gonna be, it's gonna be something like that, Halloween themed, and it's all gonna tie into the Halloween shirt that we got coming out.
Now, I
Are
don't
you-
know what you're talking about, but I would love it if the submissions only count is if you're wearing something.
Yeah, definitely. And I think also I'm thinking of doing a Halloween themed beat or bait. I'm sorry, more of like maybe some candy corn colors. You know what I'm saying? Just like throwing it out there, just maybe.
You would do it with 2 minutes left. But what was I gonna say? Are you guys real quick? Are you guys gonna cater to the salt?
Yes, we are actually. I got some stuff in the works already, so you'll be seeing some stuff. Great, see.
Because I know you guys primarily focus on freshwater.
Oh, definitely focused on freshwater, but did fish MDR a lot, especially in my kayak. There was a
That's getting
time.
rough. There's no fish there.
I know.
Yeah, it's rough fish in there for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure, especially if you don't know what you're throwing. But
More secrets than more secrets than Joe Biden.
oh, dude, but yeah, no, definitely, we're gonna be doing some saltwater stuff for sure.
That's
We'll have a saltwater
cool.
series that will be dropping pretty soon. So keep a lookout for that as well. But
Some calico, some spotties,
some halibut,
some sand bass,
some tuna,
some everything.
some
Keep going, Rich. Keep going.
some black
Speaking of this,
some sea bass.
You guys got me absolutely fired up to go potentially catch a striper. So I'm going to say, Charlie, it's out.
You guys always have to put me on the spot, huh?
Thank-
But most of all, viewers at hand is our love for fishing. I want to thank everybody for joining us.
Episode.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Keep on
Yes,
fishing. Go
Bye,
catch some
guys.
We're
fish.
changing things around. We're looking way more professional. We're going to the top. Rich, pleasure to have you on.
Thank you, man.
Work with you
We
guys.
appreciate it.
Sure, yeah.
Let-
Next, it's a pleasure.
Later.
See ya.
All right, guys.